Hey guys, and welcome back to Megajordinary.
So today we are having a break in spooky season. We still have our last video to go up on Halloween, but this case is actually really important to cover and raise awareness to it. So we decided that we would just have a little break to our spooky season schedule and get this video out ASAP. And before we begin, I want to give our usual disclaimer that all the information that we're going to be discussing in this video we've obtained from the internet and reliable news sources. It is not our intention to upset or offend anybody involved in this case. We are merely just stating the facts and information that we know so far in order to raise awareness for the case.
Today's case is that of missing 4-year-old Cleo Smith, who has been missing since October 16th this year, 2021. The case is ongoing currently, so any updates after this video goes live we will post in a pinned comment down below.
Cleo Smith lives with her mother Ellie Smith, her stepfather Jake Glidden and her 7-month-old baby sister Isla in Carnarvon in Western Australia.
On Friday, October 15th, 2021, Ellie and Jake decided to take their daughters camping to the Blowholes Campsite in McLeod for the weekend. They said that they arrived at the campsite around 6:30 p.m. on the 15th.
Ellie told police that Cleo and Isla went to bed at around 8 p.m. in the tent. Ellie then said that a couple of hours later at 1:30 a.m. Cleo woke up looking for a glass of water. So Ellie got the water for her, Cleo finished it and then she went back to sleep. Just 5.5 hours after this, at 6 a.m, Ellie and Jake woke up because Isla needed a morning feed. And when they went in to get Isla, they realised that Chloe and her sleeping bag were nowhere to be seen. They also noted that the tent opening was about 30 centimetres from being fully open. Now, just for some context, the tent was actually a family tent. So it was a big enough size and it had a few compartments and divided sections and entrances. And it was also the family's first time staying in this particular tent. Ellie and Jake were in one part of the tent and then through a divider the girls were sleeping in the other part.
Initially, Ellie and Jake just thought Cleo had wandered out of the tent, despite the zipper of the opening to her side of the tent being too high for Cleo to reach, so they ran around the campsite asking fellow visitors if they had seen Cleo. Once they realised Cleo was nowhere to be seen, they contacted the police. The police arrived at the campsite around 12 p.m. on Saturday the 16th of October. They conducted air, land and sea searches for the rest of the day. SSE volunteers, helicopter pilots from the local area, marine search and rescue volunteers are all helping in the search. On the 20th of October, Police Commissioner Darrell Gaunt insisted that the case was being treated as a search and rescue mission and that the tent was being analysed by forensic detectives.
The following day, on October 21st, law enforcement made another announcement. And in this announcement, they said that they believed that Cleo had been abducted. They then issued a $1 million reward for anyone that had any information about Cleo's disappearance. Police also interviewed all of the campers that were on the site at the time of Cleo's disappearance. And it turns out that no one seen Cleo at the campsite that day. Now bear in mind they did arrive at the campsite around 6:30, so it would have been getting dark and then the girls were in bed by 8, so it's not a big window of opportunity for people to see the family. Police then maintained that they had other information that assured them that Cleo was at the site. CCTV footage examined by police confirms that Cleo was there because her voice is said to have been heard on one of the cameras, so Cleo was at the campsite before her disappearance. Some campers also claimed that around 3 a.m. in the morning of the 16th of October, they heard screeching tyres coming from a car inside the campsite. Police also disclosed that they were looking into interviewing and pinpointing the whereabouts of 20 registered sex offenders that live in the Carnarvon area. Sickos.
There is only one road in and out of the campsite, so police are looking into obtaining CCTV footage and dashcam footage from anyone in the vicinity at the time. The Blowholes Campsite is about 75 kilometres north of Carnarvon and 875 kilometres north of Perth. There is a roadblock on the main roads, Police seem to be confident in ruling out the possibility that Cleo could have been taken to another state in Australia, as the border controls are quite strict due to the pandemic. We are now going to insert some footage of Cleo's mum and stepdad appealing for the safe return of their daughter.
You know anything at all, call the police, because we want our daughter back and she wants us. Our daughter, Isla, she needs her big sister. We need her home, and there is no way that either myself or Jake could have done anything to hurt our daughter. So I want my daughter back. I want her home.
So on Tuesday the 26th of October, forensic officers searched Cleo's family home. The search took 7 hours, and the State Commissioner said that it is standard practice to eliminate everyone that was at the campsite, close family included. The police left the property with 10 bags of evidence. Now, the police have said that Ellie and Jake have been nothing but cooperative and have allowed them access to everything, and same goes for Cleo's biological father. They insist that it is just protocol, and there is absolutely no evidence to suggest that Ellie, Jake or Cleo's biological father are involved in Cleo's disappearance. A social media post seemingly from Facebook that was originally posted on the 7th of July 2014 has resurfaced since Cleo's abduction. So it says, "Attention, please be aware. Sunday morning up the Blowholes, my daughter was approached by a male aged in his late 40s with a beard. He's driving a small red car. The man asked her if she would get in the car and go for a drive. She said no and took off straight back to the camp. Sorry I don't have a better description, as she was quite freaked out. The police have been notified. It's a good time to remind our precious ones of stranger danger." I know this was a good few years ago, but it still brings to light the possibility of a potential creep lurking on the campsite and basically waiting for an opportunity to commit a heinous crime.
Here are some TikToks and Instagram posts that Ellie and Jake have posted since Cleo's disappearance. Now, back to the car that campers heard screeching sounds from. A car was seen turning right off Blowholes Road and travelling south along North Coastal Highway towards Carnarvon between 3 to 3:30 am on October 16th. They are appealing for the driver of the vehicle to contact police.
Police were looking into the possibility that Cleo may have been stalked at her home for a couple of weeks, a couple of months, and that's how they knew the exact location that the family were at camping, because police said if no one at the campsite claimed to have seen Cleo, who's to say that some of the campers aren't lying, you know, on the basis that nobody at the campsite seen Cleo in that hour and a half that the family arrived before she went to bed. It's weird that somebody would know the exact tent that Cleo was in, so police did think that maybe she was being stalked and followed to the campsite. But they have since ruled this theory out.
Just 1 week before 4-year-old Cleo went missing, a woman claimed that a strange man was recording children using the toilet in another Midwest holiday town. The woman said her family were staying at the RAC Monkey Mia Dolphin Resort, which is actually a 4-hour drive from the Blowholes campsite. She said that her son's 8-year-old friend told the family that a man had filmed him in the bathroom by peering over the top of the toilet stall. She said that the family reported it to the police and they did nothing. And now she is concerned that this man may have something to do with Cleo's disappearance.
Police have actually started to search in the ashes of fire pits around the campsite for evidence, and nothing has been released on that matter yet, but as we said, if any information in regards to this case, we will pin comments down below so you can be updated. Cleo was last seen sleeping in a black, grey and red sleeping bag, and she was wearing a pink and purple baby grow sleep suit with a blue and yellow pattern on it. All the information on organisations and numbers that you can ring if you have any information in regards to Cleo's disappearance, we will have in the description down below. And yeah, we just felt like it was really important to get this case out, and we really, really hope and pray that Cleo will be found safe and sound very soon.
And please try and stick to sharing information from reliable news sources, and don't spread any false information or any theories on Cleo's disappearance. We just like to stick to the facts and reliable news sources.
Because as we've seen with the Gabby Petito case, that just completely blew up on TikTok. There was theories flying everywhere. There are still theories going on, absolutely crazy ones, and you know, it can be incredibly harmful to cases. So please, as Jordan said, just try and stick to the facts.
Because at the end of the day, these are real life people that are going through something horrendous. that is not even imaginable. So yeah, just please keep that in mind. So we will see you on Sunday for our last video in spooky season. So yeah, bye guys.
Bye.